I'm back out here at Hanath Farms, and Alan told me he is very busy. Don't have time to stop. This is a busy time of year for him, and I told him just keep do what you do. I'm gonna follow you around and see what you do. Man, some good looking onion right there. So you just harvested these, huh, Alan? They're coming in to be sold?
Yes, sir.
I might need one or two of those. What kind of onion is that?
It's just that yellow onion. Yellow Texas Legend or yellow Greenwich.
That's what I planted, Texas Legend, in my little garden. The last time I was out here, we looked at these, and they were a little smaller. Like they did really good. Are you having to do more watering than you normally would because of the lack of rain?
Definitely.
It's so dry. Gosh, we need rain. Oh, look at this elusive we could not find. What's the kitty's name?
Sydney.
Sydney. Where were you last time? You were hiding. It was nice to see you, Sydney.
He was hiding from the paparazzi.
Oh, as long as you scratch, he don't care what kind of camera you got. He likes that ear scratching. You're a good-looking kitty, you know that? How long you had him, Alan?
I think he's, 4 years maybe? 4 years old?
That's a farm cat. Think he helps with the mice?
Oh, yeah. He's a good hunter.
He's a mouser. That's a good job, Sydney. Have no idea what that is. I'll get him to tell me here in a minute. It's pretty cool. This is how Alan waters these starters. He's got this vat of water here, and he just picks up the whole tray, and he drops that tray into that vat of water and gets them all. Don't have to get a hose out or anything. That's pretty good. Ingenious, I think.
These are cucumbers.
Cucumbers, all right. Alan, do you sell starters, or the starters you do are only for you?
Only for me.
I know from being at like Lowe's and places like that, all the places that sell that, there's a big business in that. They want $20 for some of those starter tomato plants. You believe that?
Must be some big ones.
They're up about a foot tall.
Are they in a gallon-sized container?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Gallon-sized container, $20 or $19.95. How many times you water these a day?
Oh no, they just this probably goes 3 or 4 days. I think it was Sunday when I last watered them. So
oh, you just stick your finger in there and you can tell when it's getting a little dry?
No, I just poke them out, take them out of the container.
Oh, when it needs some water, then you go through this. Oh, that's cucumbers right there. I see those are the same.
So I can tell that's pretty dry.
Yeah. What's that right there?
Those are watermelon.
You know what? If I wouldn't have asked you and I'd have looked at that, that's one I would have known. Dang it.
Cantaloupes over there.
Could have got it.
And okra.
Oh, and looky there. You had a guest today. That is a copperhead. Cantaloupes. And I think he just told me and I forgot what that is. What is that?
Okra.
Okra. That's okra. No, he hadn't just told me.
Yeah, they look like they need water too.
Was that copperhead out in the garden?
No, he was down there at the shop.
I got you. I'm working in here. So this is like the shed. There were sales or whatever. If you're out here at Hanath Farms and you come in, this is where you'd come in to see what they have that have actually been harvested that you can buy, and it includes Alan's mom does a lot of canning of jellies and jams and pickled items and things, and I've had a number of these and they're all delicious. And May also, her name is May, and she also makes peanut brittle. They have pecans, and they have a refrigerator and a freezer here, so he'll just open this up and look in there and you can see all those wonderful fresh vegetables that are for sale. And this is where I get a lot of my fresh vegetables, is from here. And eggs, you have chickens, and I guess you harvest eggs every day, huh, Alan?
Oh, yes, sir. Gotta go get them every day.
Back here we have fig trees and plum trees and peach trees And I am being very, I'm not looking at where I'm pointing the camera now. For some reason, I'm looking down, making sure I don't step on a snake. But the peach trees, the last time I visited, hardly had any green leaves on them. And they're coming around. They should be having blooms pretty soon if they don't already. Pretty cool. It looks like a new peach tree that's been planted. Maybe just this year. Yep. And we'll look here. The garden's looking good. We'll walk. Well, Alan says he's very busy. He might not be able to do a walkthrough with us today. And that's okay. He's busy. It's a busy time of year for him. I see some different lettuces over here. I'm gonna walk outside of the garden. Lots and lots of onions. There's a lot of onions there. I see why he can't take time to stop and visit and walk around and talk about, to make the videos. Walk around with me is 15 or 20 minutes or so, and that man can get a lot of work done in 15 or 20 minutes. It's valuable time for him, especially this time of year. I imagine he's working pretty much from daylight to dark. But it's his passion, and he provides a wonderful product for this community. Oh, these are those dwarf fruit trees, I believe. He's got them over here. This is where he took out that big pear tree that never produced anything, and he kept threatening to take it out. And then one day I came and it was gone. So he meant what he said. Yeah.
Then we get it all full of
And I got a shot of the refrigerator, but I didn't pay that much attention to what's in there. I'm gonna come look. I may need something.
Okay. Yeah, I got the onions in there. If you want some onions, bag onions.
Oh yeah, I get some for me and some for my buddy. He loves. I share with all the fresh vegetables I get from you. I take him half, and he loves it. He pays me back. He does a lot of stuff for me too. That's what friendship's all about. You help each other out, make life better.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say a little prayer over my drone and see what we can do here. It sure is windy. There is a nice raised bed of strawberries. And I see some red color up in there. Look like they're coming right along. Beautiful. Another garden going in back there. See how much work he has to do. That is a lot of garden to take care of. That's fig trees right there. Well, that looks like there's little buds on this fig tree. It won't be long. You'll have nice fresh figs. If you're ever in the Brenham area, or even traveling along 290, just outside of Brenham to the west is Hanath Farms. You need to stop in here. Year round, he's got some kind of fresh vegetables. But right now, it's the first day of April. And for the next several months, it's prime time. This stuff is better than anything you'll find in any grocery store. It's all organic. He doesn't use any chemical pesticides or fertilizer. Everything's natural. It's a wonderful place. The man don't stop. He's steady getting it done. He is a farmer, and he don't count on anybody else. Doesn't want any government assistance, and works his butt off to make this happen. Raising fresh vegetables to sell to people. He's independent. So that's old school. That's a great work ethic right there. That's what I admire, people like that. That's the kind of man made this country great. Hard work, independence, self-reliance, family. That's what it's all about. You know, my friend Tiffany at Have Fun in Nature is always saying how putting your fingers in the dirt is good for the spirit, good for the soul. That man right there got a lot of soul. His hands are in the dirt every day, all day. We're gonna look at some daylilies. This is kind of Alan's passion, and I love the names that they have. Echoes Laughter. Some of them I can't see the bottoms of them. They're kind of hidden, you know. But we'll get Alan to tell some of us. We'll be back out here next month in May. He says that's when the daylilies will be in full bloom. And he said that would be great to get some aerial shots. And emerald rubies. I can see that whole one. That one's Madam Secretary, I believe. And you see that's more daylilies right there, that garden. More daylilies out here. More daylilies right there in that shady patch under the tree. And we are not done. Check this out. This man, talk about a green thumb, about somebody that likes to grow things. Check that out. There's a garden, a flower bed, a vegetable garden, something planted pretty much anywhere you go on this property. Don't know what that is. Maybe another one of those fruit trees. More daylilies planted over here on, let's see, will this be the south side? There you go, daylilies, lots of them. We'll see those again here in May when they are in full bloom. Look, one of them, a little ahead of the curve right there, beautiful orange. They're all different kind of colors. Little dude, keeping an eye on the daylilies. I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess. I think these might be some kind of pepper plants right here. Let's see if I'm right. Alan, I just took a wild guess, trying to see if I could get one right. Is this some kind of pepper plant?
It's bells, cayennes, bells, jalapenos, and
Bell, cayenne, and jalapenos. Woohoo! I got one right. I did it. Hey, if I start hanging out with you a little more, I'll be able to identify all these plants.
You certainly will.
Yes, sir. Let's go get me some fresh vegetables and you a drink of water. You're working hard out there.
I think it's got that for lunch. Let me stick this other tree.
At least it's 80, not 100, which it will be soon, right?
Here's
All right.
Texas.
It is Texas. There we go. Okay, that's just about going to do it from Hanath Farms today. But I just found something out before I part ways with Alan. He wanted to let everybody know, as of March 1st, which was a month ago, the daylilies are for sale. They're not blooming yet, but the plants,
Yes.
the plants are for
And
sale.
I have pictures of everyone that's for sale.
All right, I'm going to go shoot that. It's a poster over there, a big thing. You'll see, there's a lot of variety too. And you have almost all of those varieties, huh?
Yes.
Are
There's
pretty
several
much-
hundred more. There's just not enough of them to sell.
Right.
Not enough plants of that one, but yeah, there's.
There are hundreds of varieties of daylilies.
Oh, yes.
And some of them you created.
Yes.
And you get to name if you take the time to register them.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool. What is the average price of a daylily plant? What do you usually get for a plant?
Well, I have a few at $9.50, but there are some at $10.
Yeah.
I've got the prices above the pictures on the boards.
So if you want some daylilies for your garden at home, for your flower beds, come see this man, Alan Hanath at Hanath Farms. What's the address here, Alan?
5059 Highway 290 West, Brenham.
What's your phone number?
979-203-3791.
You
And
need
it's Magnolia Hill.
you need daylilies, fresh vegetables, and for the next few months, you can't beat all organic, no chemical fertilizers,
No.
no chemicals for pest control, nothing like that. That's as good as you can get. Better than anything you'll find at any grocery store. So come see him. You won't regret it. Thank you very much,
Well,
Alan.
thank you, man.
We'll see you
Appreciate
next
it.
time. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is not some old poster. These are pictures that he has taken on what each of these will look like when it's in bloom. And you can see the prices are marked. And so
And the number that's on the picture is the size of the blooms.
where's, oh, I see. The 6-inch bloom, 3-inch bloom, very good. About a 5-inch bloom. And they're beautiful. And there's such a variety of them. And the names, Wild and Free, Vivid Vision. What do we got here? Sidewinder 07. Just cool names. Yep. And this is not all. Oh, no. Look here. We got more. These are 12. And Alan, do you ship? Can you ship a daylily? Is that possible?
But I kind of.
It's not something you really want to do. Maybe if somebody placed a really big order, we could find a way to get it to them. If it was in with a reasonable distance, I would deliver them for a nominal fee.
I ship them. It's very seldom I do. Most people want to come out here and look.
Yeah, 15, 18. So these are 25. These are pretty special, huh?
Yeah. Well, listen, these down here that's a $60. That's $100. That's a $60, and that's a $50 there.
So if I want to buy that today, it's $50 for that daylily.
Yes.
Because that's because of the rarity of it.
No, just supply and demand. The more plants I get of a one, the more the price comes down.
I see. And there's more over here.
This board here is mostly the ones that I created that don't have enough plants to sell yet.
These are your own creations, but you're still trying to get that going where you have plenty to sell. Very interesting. So I'm going to ask you a really tough question, Alan. What's your favorite daylily? Pick three of your favorites here.
This is one of my favorites and one of mine.
You developed that. You developed both of those.
It's actually a whole lot darker than what that's showing.
I have a reflection here.
Yeah, that's it glares.
Yeah.
That window. Outside that window.
Yeah.
This weirdo one has always been my favorite.
What are you going to name that? Yeah, I think you just.
I don't know. He isn't growing. He doesn't seem to want to multiply very well. He might be just something that you use for his breeding purposes.
You called it weirdo, so now that you did that, you got to have weirdo in the name somewhere, right? Yeah, I don't know how well people are going to be able to see these pictures with the glare, but I think y'all get the idea. If I hold it right up to the glass, you can kind of see some of them. So it doesn't make for very good videography, but that's what it takes to illustrate how beautiful and unique each one is. They're very cool. There's the Galactica. Oh, Geneva Blue Moon. I like that. Very nice. Thank you, Alan. This is amazing. And you told me something like you and somebody else. There's not a lot of people raising daylilies doing what you do.
There's a guy up in Nacogdoches, Mark Carpenter.
So
he
there's
has a whole lot more.
2 of you in Texas that you know of.
I saw that there's someone else. There was a town, I got to look it up again. It's a town I wasn't familiar with. They were actually starting to sell. And then there's a couple people they'll sell to avoid having to pay sales tax. A sales tax thing. They'll sell 1 or 2 days out of the year just to get rid of their excess plants.
Right.
There's a lady up in Dallas, I think, that does that.
But you can't buy daylilies in every other town you drive through.
Oh no!
Yeah.
We're the only 2 that are really.
Yeah, on a larger scale.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, sir. I appreciate you very much.
Thank you.